One more thing we need to add to our bullet script is a start function. And the reason why we want to add a start function is because if our fireball doesn't hit a game object named player, or it just doesn't hit anything at all, we want it to destroy in 3 seconds anyways, because we don't want our scene overloaded with a bunch of spheres. So do yield new, wait for seconds, 3, actually seconds, as we defined right here. And I'm going to change it to 3, but you can change it to whatever seconds you want. So wait for 3 seconds and then destroy this .game object, and that should take care of that. So I'm just going to go through and do a quick overview of what we have, and then I'm going to explain some more of what the health does and how everything works together. So if you want, you can open up health. You don't have to, but I'm just going to go through it. Remember, we defined our enemy with the bullet script, and this static variable called alive, that's gonna tell all the other bots whether or not I'm alive. And that's important because we need to have our enemies stop shooting us after we're dead. I don't know if you noticed it, but he kept on shooting us. So the color's red, it's at this position, and it just states the health we have if we're alive. And if we're not alive, the same position, put you were killed by the enemy, that toString. Then if health is less than or equal to 0, we do less than or equal to because I don't know if you played Quake 4, but if you got shot by a rocket launcher and your health is at 2, it's going to be something like -30. And we can't just do if health equals 0, because it would never equal 0. It would equal -20. So that's why. So if health is less than or equal to 0 and we're alive, make us not alive. Also, in the player animation script that I haven't gone through yet, a function called playAnim takes 3 parameters: on ground, which is our animation we play, wrap mode, and the speed. Speed is by default, it's 1. Anyways, it's going to pass the on ground animation, and then it's going to play it right here. It's going to set all these. And this player animation, I think I went over it in the first part, but I also added a few things, like this any key part. So if we're pressing something, then you can do all this now. Also, the health.alive. That means when we're dead and laying on the floor, we don't want to be able to control our character. When I was first making it, it was pretty funny. He was dead laying on the floor, and I pressed forward, and he was sliding on the floor. It was pretty funny. So I added this. If we're alive and we're pressing this, then we can move and play his animations. So just has the health.alive passed in it and has that static function. Now in the static function up or down amount, we can call that through our bullet script. We could have gone, instead of making health -10, we can go health up or down, then you pass in the amount integer, so just do 10 or -10, and that will add our amount, so it's going to add -10 to our health. It's going to do the same thing, but I just wanted to show you there's two ways to do it. Let's go in and see if it all still works still. Run away. Okay. And we're still running, that bugs me. So he's attacking. Our health is being taken away, -10 at a time. And once we hit less than or equal to 0, we play that animation, and he needs to stop shooting. So in the enemy bot script, we need to do this. If health.alive is equal to true, open this bracket and then close this bracket. So if we're alive, do all this. Okay. And he's not shooting any more bullets, but he is playing that animation. And that's defined. Where was that? Oh, that's just because, you know how when I'm running and then I stop and he's still running? Well, that applied to that bot as well, I think. So when he was supposed to be stopping, he was actually just playing the animation. So we should stop now. Oh, I guess I was wrong. What we gotta do is, in the check status, we need to pass in the health.alive. So, if distance is less than attack distance, and we're alive, health.alive, you don't need to do the equals true. And we don't need to pass it in here, just in when we're close enough. Oh. Yeah, that should do it. Else, no, take away that if. Just make it else. And take away this as well. See how that plays. There we go. And I press buttons and I can't move on the ground, which is good. And also, in the controls, I'm going to show you this real quick. You don't have to open it. I passed in health.alive. Makes it so we can't move, and made it so we can't rotate the camera if we're not alive either. So if we're alive, then rotate it. Okay, so that's why we can't move our mouse or our camera when we're dead.